Hey guys! Over Thanksgiving break, my mom and I actually decided to go to New York for Thanksgiving. It was super fun. I have wanted to go to New York since I was a little kid. I've wanted to live there since I was a little kid. We thought it was only right for Thanksgiving to be spent there. My favorite thing to do in New York was probably go to, well, all of the musicals first of all, but that's kind of just a given. But we also wanted to go to the Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island. And I am a huge history freak, so when we went there, I was mind blown. Like, I love US history. It's one of my favorite and biggest passions. I absolutely loved it. When we got home, however, I was burdened with the task of coming up with my final project. And I went through a few things. And I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do. Nothing was coming together very well. And so I decided that I wanted to think of my passions. So musical theater and history. And I decided to make a musical about Ellis Island. So here it is. Oh, it's called A New World as well. From 1892 to 1954, over 12 million immigrants entered the United States through the portal of Ellis Island. It was a small island in the New York Harbor. Ellis Island is located in the Upper Bay, just off of the New Jersey coast, within the shadow of the Statue of Liberty. Through the years, this gateway to the New World was enlarged from its original 3.3 acres to 27.5 acres, mostly by landfill obtained by a ship ballast, and possibly excess earth from the construction of the New York City subway system. If you remember that scene at the end of the Titanic where Rose looks up and she sees the Statue of Liberty, she's going through the New York Harbor.
What a marvelous age we live in.
During the time that Ellis Island was open, the Jazz Age was going on in New York. The Jazz Age in New York was one of the most infamous times throughout the history of New York, from the booming music scene to the changing social and sexual norms. New York became the hub for enjoying the newly emerging American culture. New York City is one of the entertainment capitals of the world, and much of that entertainment is from music. The Jazz Age was not only a pivotal time for music, but also for fashion, mass culture, prohibition, the automobile, and the lives of women. This time is also called the Roaring Twenties, since it was a time known for its opulence and over-the-top parties.
My grandmother came from Russia, a satchel on her knee. My grandfather had his father's cap he brought from Italy. They'd heard about a country where life might let them win. They paid the fare to America and there they melted in. A lovely lady Liberty with her book of recipes.
Once you arrived at Ellis Island, if the immigrants' papers were in order and they were reasonably good health, the Ellis Island inspection process would last approximately 3 to 5 hours. The inspections took place in the registry room, or the Great Hall, where doctors would briefly scan every immigrant for obvious physical ailments. Doctors at Ellis Island soon became very adept at conducting these 6-second physicals. So I am now going to talk about my characters as well as show pictures of them and what they would look like. My musical focuses on a brother and sister who are immigrants from Ireland trying to make their way to New York. Their names are Ira and Fionn. It also focuses on another immigrant coming from Ireland named James. I wanted to make the characters young and children to show how many kids actually did go through the process at Ellis Island as opposed to how many adults did. Some families back then weren't able to afford for everybody in their family to go to Ellis Island and make that trip. So they decided to send the young so they could prosper longer, prosper happier. When the characters finally get to Ellis Island, you will also meet Anita and Rosie, who are from Spain, and they are immigrants that stay in the same bunks as James and Ira. You will also meet an immigration officer and his son William, who befriends Fionn while he is in the sick ward. While Ira and Fionn make their way to America, you will also meet the passengers that are on the ship with them. Some are old, some are young. It really kind of just differs on how they want to cast them. I give them free reign on anything because so many people, it was a melting pot of it. So when they cast, I want to give the characters names of the cast members. I don't want to give them names just yet. I am now going to talk to you guys in class and show you a bunch of the different songs that I chose for this musical.